This Sunday, we're getting the max 89 rated Icon SBC, and as a result, we're going to give you guys some
video does start a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, all free with Amazon Prime. You'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month.
So in today's video, we are going to be walking through the max 89 Icon SBC that we will be getting this Sunday, and as a result we'll go through loads of different investments. We'll be talking about the buy times, the sell times, the most versatile investments, I guess when we're going to be holding onto them till, and also talking about how Black Friday will be affected by this. So last week we had ourselves the base hero pack, and this week we're going to get ourselves the max 89 rated Icon SBC. Now it'll be the exact same as last time, though, well, more likely than not it'll be the exact same as last time, released on the Sunday and then repeatable on the following Friday, which is interesting enough, Black Friday. Now let's talk about what we had this time last year, because we had about the same sort of thing. This time last year there were no max 89 icon packs. What we instead had was a base icon pack. Now it's quite interesting because this is the base icon pack player selection from last year, and this is the max 89 rated icon selection from this year. So you can obviously see that last year the players were a lot better. Pele, Zidane, Garrincha, Ronaldo, Sabio, Puskas, Cruyff, what else do we have in here? Ronaldinho. Whereas this year we got Vieira, Jarzinho, Eto'o, Dalglish, Cantona, Ribéry, Butragueno, Kaká, Torres, Stoichkov, and then it starts dropping off. So it's not a bad pack, but it's not quite as good as last year. So now what EA's been doing is every single SBC we had last year, the price has been give or take the same sort of price this year. For example, last year's base hero SBC was about 100k. This year's base hero SBC is about 100k. You know, last year's max 87 icon was about the same price as this year. So what we can do as a result is we can look at what the SBC was last year, but I'd even trim a little bit off this just because I would say that the SBC, the base icon SBC, which this is what you're looking at here, is better than the max 89 rated. So last year's SBC went and cost us 230k, meaning I don't think that this year's SBC cost anything more than 230k. So, sorry, I don't think it'll cost anything really more than 200k. So, right here I've got Stoichkov of all the different rated SBCs. So we can basically see what sort of combinations will go and make no more than 200k. So the first combination I can see us getting is, or a combination I think is extremely unlikely, but if they did want to go 230k, they could require an 88 rated squad. I just think personally that's very unlikely. So therefore I think it's only going to be 87 squads and below, because an 87 squad is 150. I think it'd be very likely they'd pair this up with another SBC, so they could go an 81 rated squad, which is 150, and then have 50k left, which they could then go and require maybe an 85 rated squad, or an 84 or an 83 rated squad with an inform. I think those would be the combination. So an 87 with an 85 or an 84, or if they want they can go an 86 rated with an inform, and then maybe an 86 rated without an inform, or they can go an 86 rated with an inform with an 85 rated, and again that's about 200k, and I don't think they'll go and require like 3 85s. I think that'd be very unlikely, but that would be the final variation. So again, either an 87 with a low rated or an 86 with a slightly high rated. Now they could require a team of the week or not require a team of the week. We don't know what EA's like. I mean, as of recently it's been kind of insane because team of the weeks have been 22k and EA is still requiring them for repeatable SBCs. So I don't think there's much correlation in that informs are very expensive and EA's neglecting needing them for SBCs because they just don't care. Now quite an interesting requirement they went for last year is they went for a minimum of 188. Now this made 88 skyrocket, but it is unlikely we get that requirement. We could, but it is unlikely. And because it's unlikely, we don't invest in it. Because anything that's unfavourable, you don't invest in because otherwise you're not going to be efficient. So we think that the SBCs this year will be no higher rated than an 87, and in reality no lower than an 83. So in my opinion, the most versatile SBC fodder you can go and get for the Icon SBC is basically an 85 or an 86. 86s can be used for 87 rated squads, 85s can slightly but not really. 86s and 85s can be used for the 86 rated squad, 86s and 85s can be used for the 85 rated squad, and then 85s can be used for 84 rated squads. So you cover, in my opinion, the most versatile investments covering the most positions. On top of that, both 85 and 86s, especially 85s, are also good for midweek upgrade SBCs, which can be very nice. And hopefully this week we're going to get an increase in the caliber of upgrade SBCs we get midweek. So we personally believe that we want to go and buy the likes of 84s, the best being 85, 86s, and then you can go 87s, and I probably wouldn't go for anything higher than that. So we've got our investments here. Now, when are we going to go and buy these? Now, I've had a lot of people in my streams recently being like, oh, 84s are really cheap, should we go and buy them now? And the problem is, you don't really want to go off of your opinion what is cheap, you want to go off of the trends. Because yes, they have gone from 5k and they're now at 3k. But when has fodder been the cheapest on a Friday? The only time that fodder was cheapest on a Friday was, I believe we have to go back a few weeks here. And that's when we had the likes of Rodrigo. But since having Rodrigo, we have not had a week where fodder was cheaper on the Friday than it was on the Sunday. But yeah, so fodder, basically for the last 4 or 5 weeks, apart from the Rodrigo SBC, is always cheapest on the Sunday. So whenabouts on the Sunday we can look at buying it. For the last 2 weeks now, it has been the cheapest on the Sunday from around about 9 in the morning through to about 3 PM. Now, any fodder that isn't needed for the Icon SBC will go down, just like what we saw right here, where it went down from 3.8 down to like 3.3. Now, sadly, 84s were neglected for the rest of the week this week, so it didn't do that well. But it is also favourable that they do go up for the upgrade SBCs. So we are going to be looking at buying the likes of the 84s, 5s and 6s, and again, especially 5s and 6s, between 9 AM on the Sunday and around 9 AM to 3 PM on the likes of the Sunday. Now, if it's not needed for the Icon SBC, don't be surprised if it goes down in the evening. It will rise midweek, presuming it can be needed for midweek. If it does not rise midweek, then do not worry, because actually the play is to go and buy fodder on the Sunday and sell not the Tuesday, but in fact sell 9 days later on the Tuesday after. The reason for this is because this is just what the trends were last year for the likes of SBC fodder going into Black Friday. Now, if you're not aware, Black Friday is this up and coming Friday, and as a result, what happens is we get loads of great SBCs. That basically means that fodder rises non-stop for 2 weeks. So, here is November last year. We are, well, you're watching this here on the Friday. It goes down Friday to Saturday, down Saturday to Sunday, and then it rises Sunday to Wednesday. It didn't rise amazingly last year, but then it barely dropped. We see literally no drop there, no investing opportunity, and it rose all there to the following Tuesday. This was the trend for 83s, 84s, 85s, and 86s, I believe. So basically, there was no reinvesting opportunity after this Sunday, all the way through to, again, not the Tuesday that's following this Sunday, but the Tuesday after. So basically, you're going to go and buy your fodder for the Icon SBC and actually hold on to it all the way through to 9 days later, which will be the day after Cyber Monday, which is going to be, again, Tuesday. Yeah, it's normally the day that follows Monday. So you're going to basically hold for 9 days. And again, I recommend doing this with, give or take, all fodder, especially 83s through to 86s, because we get loads of upgrade SBCs during Black Friday, and that's what we expect this week. And as a result, again, it'll give you you see how there was no drop over the weekend, where normally we get a drop? That's why it's really good to go and buy this Friday and go and sell... good to go and buy this Sunday even, and go and sell the Tuesday 1 week later. Again, literally 9 days after you buy is the easy way of saying it. And I'd say that's about it. There isn't really too much to talk about. Team of the weeks. Team of the weeks, you can risk it with. Obviously, last week the risk was worth it. In terms of these went down to 18k, and then I think even later in the week have gone from 18 to the likes of 44. The only problem is if every time these are not needed, they're going to go down. You would have seen a lot of people make it out that, you know, these are needed every single week, so they're guaranteed money. But what you have to appreciate is when they weren't needed here on the Monday, they went down 4k. And they only went up because they were needed for the RTTK SBC. If they weren't needed for the RTTK SBC, they would have gone down. And we also would have seen them go down in price here if they weren't needed with the Icon SBC. So the problem I had is that traders made it out like it was a guaranteed money. But if EA neglected the informed requirement, which they definitely didn't, then people would have lost money. So it's even more so risk this week because of how even more inflated they are. But just because they've needed Team Weeks 2 weeks in a row doesn't guarantee, and these will crash if not needed, back to when they weren't being needed. So like back here, actually wait, I have to show you an older Team Week. But back obviously earlier in the game, these were all going for discard because they just weren't needed for anything. And if we go back into the point where EA's neglecting needing them, they're going to go back down again. So that's why you can buy Team Weeks, but they are high risk, medium reward, compared to fodder, which is extremely low risk, and I'd also say I wouldn't say the reward is as good at Team of the Week, but I'd say there's literally next to no risk. So safe play is in the likes of Gold Fodder. Again, with Team of the Weeks, I believe you would sell them before Black Friday as well. But that's about wrapped it up. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.